for voting rights. There was no fair housing legislation. All of those bills passed during his presidency. There was no Medicare program for old people. There was no Medicaid program for poor people.
We created Upward Bound. We created Head Start. We created legal services for the poor. We created neighborhood health centers for the poor, etc.
Pushing, shoving, moving, always forward, because he likes to see progress.
You want to really know him, just work for him one day. You'd go home with your tongue out.
But accomplishments in domestic affairs were to be shadowed by the cloud of Vietnam.
And I think he knew what was going to happen. When we start drafting people, we start taking boys away from their mothers, and boys start dying over there, that'll change the whole thing.
He was criticized by hawks for tying the hands of the military and operating a limited war. The Doves thought that the Saigon government lacked the support of its own people and was not worth the sacrifice. They wanted the president to withdraw our troops. The president believed that to abandon our commitment in Vietnam would open all of Southeast Asia to communist control, and that to enlarge the war would risk World War III.
There always the feeling that just around the corner was that victory that was going to bring it home. Oh, just agonized over it. Agonized over the bodies coming home, agonized over the seeming endlessness of it all.
The thing I think that hurt him the most was the division within this country.
The division at home was not confined to the war. Race riots broke out in the ghettos of Watts, Newark, and Detroit. Then in 1968, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated. Riots followed in over 40 U.S. cities. Then Senator Robert Kennedy was assassinated in June. Through it all, the space program was still on target for landing a man on the moon by the decade's end, and Great Society legislation continued.
If they would let me climb up there to where those television cameras are, I would like to shout this from the rooftop. We've come here this morning to sign education laws number 59 and 60 since the beginning of this administration.
The education president, that's what he would have liked for his monument, and he wound up with an unpopular war instead.
With America's sons in the field far away, with America's future under challenge right here at home, with our hopes and the world's hopes for peace and the balance every day, I do not believe that I should devote an hour or a day of my time to any personal partisan causes or to any duties other than the awesome duties of this office, the presidency of your country. Accordingly, I shall not seek and I will not accept the nomination of my party for another term as your president. Thank you for listening. Good night, and God bless all of you.
It was deep in him to do the right thing for this nation. And he tried. God knows. No one ever tried more.